Hi, my name is Mars. You can call me MG if you would like, and today I am here to start my fourth and final vlog for this iteration of the Magical Readathon, the 2024 Autumn Equinox. I can't believe we're here already. I've already done 3 of these vlogs, and now we're on to the last one. This month has gone by so fast. It's insane. Today is the 17th that I'm starting this. So it is Tuesday, and I've got a lot to get done, but I just finished up my last vlog, so I figured I'd come in here and film this little intro clip and tell you about the first book I'll be reading. This vlog is dedicated to elemental studies, and the first little class, I guess, that we're taking for this is about Gust of Longing, and the prompt is to read a book with your favorite scent in the title, on the cover, in the author name, any of that jazz. And personally, I'm not a big fan of scents. If I'm being honest, my favorite scent would be nothing, because I have a very sensitive nose and scent-induced migraines, which are so much fun. But I do like some scents as long as they're mild. So the book that I've gone with for this is The Drowned Woods by Emily Lloyd-Jones, because I like nature smells, like trees and stuff. I also like smell like the ocean. I think that's very pleasant, so I think it fits. This would be a reread for me. I read this 2 years ago when it came out. Double check that. Yeah, 2022. The Bone Houses is my favorite book of all time, and that was published 2020, I think, but I read it in 2021, and I reread it every year. I will be rereading it in 2 days for my birthday, but I'm going to be rereading this one first, and then that one. They take place in the same world. And then next month, in October, a book called The Wild Hunters is coming out that also takes place in the same world as these 2 books, so a very exciting time for me right now, but that is neither here nor there. This is going to be the first book that I read for this Magical Readathon vlog. It's not long. It is 343 pages, so I'm probably just gonna read it today and tomorrow, and then that leaves my birthday free to read the entirety of the Bone Houses, and then we can move on with things. But like I said, that's for a couple of days from now. I have a lot of stuff to get done today, a lot of video editing stuff, actually, so I'm going to get on that and then pick this up probably when my videos are exporting and uploading, because my computer doesn't like when I do too many things at once, so I can leave that off to the side to sit and get started on this. I'm very excited. Hello friends, I might cry, so you'll have to bear with me here for a minute. It is 4:45 p.m. on the 18th, and I've just finished my reread of The Drowned Woods, and as you can tell, it's really hitting me. Yeah, I didn't give you any updates throughout because I was just really enjoying the story and getting into it. It's just so good. Emily Lloyd-Jones is very good. I mean, I can only speak on this book and The Bone Houses, which I actually have right here. I can only speak on these 2 books. I haven't read any of her other stuff, but the writing is just so beautiful. The characters, I love them all so much. They feel so real, and I just can't help but care about them. And just the themes these books cover, if you are like me and you like books that are about grief and loss and death, then definitely pick these up, because that's very much a core theme. But they're also books about love and human connection, and family's a big thing, but not like just blood family, like found family too. They're so good. Like, I don't even know how to explain these books beyond that. Like, they just really get me. So this one specifically, I would recommend if you want a heist book, because this is a heist book, but not entirely, like it's other things too. Oh gosh, sorry, I'm like very much trying not to cry right now. There's Fey magic, like the fair folk, Welsh mythology vibes. I have heard some people say that it's not the most accurate to Welsh mythology, but I also have heard people say that it is pretty accurate, so I don't know that much about Welsh mythology. I can't speak on it, but just take that with you. Keep that in mind if you go into this knowing about Welsh mythology. It might not be the most accurate. I don't know. Um, there's the main character is a water diviner. I don't know if I mentioned that. I have already forgotten what I've said. She can like control water. It's just a lot of really cool elements to it. Oh, this cover is stunning. I'm so obsessed. So, yes, I have finished this read. It has really gotten to me. I will not be updating you tomorrow for the vlog because I'll be spending the day reading The Bone Houses because it is my favorite book of all time, and so I'm going to be reading it during my birthday just for fun. I expect to sob. There's another book coming out in this world, so this was the first one that Emily put out in this series. They're not really a series. This came out in 2019, and then a couple years later, The Drowned Woods came out, and this is a prequel of sorts. It takes place an indeterminate amount of time earlier, but like several generations worth, and like sets into motion some of the things that we see in here. But then there's another book coming out in October called The Wild Huntress that is also set in the same world, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. There are 3 books coming out on October 8th that I cannot wait to get my hands on. The Wild Huntress is one of them. There's What Doesn't Break, which is the latest book in the Critical Role universe, and also Wallace's book, A Dark and Secret Magic, my dear friend Wallace's debut novel. October 8th is just going to be a great day for book releases, apparently. But yeah, I'm going to spend tomorrow reading this, so I won't see then, but I will. Actually, I don't know if I'll update you on Friday, but Friday I will be getting back to books for this vlog. I will be picking up The Son of Neptune by Rick Riordan. The prompt is Influencing Growth, a book that is 100 pages longer than the last book you read at the time of watching G's announcement video for the prompts. So I did watch the premiere of it, and at that time, the last book I read was Smashed by Junji Ito, and this book is just under 100 pages longer than that. Hold on, this is, oh god, there's so much stuff in the back. Where's the end of the story? 513, yes, so this was 513 pages. Smash was like 416, I think, so almost exactly 100 pages, but not quite. But this is the next book for this vlog. It is the second book in the Heroes of Olympus series, which is the sequel series to Percy Jackson and the Olympians. And I'm so excited. I've missed my boy Percy so much. So I've got some great books ahead of me. I'm so excited for the rest of this week in terms of reading and in terms of other stuff, but like in terms of reading. So I'm gonna go make some dinner and like decompress from my very emotional read. I will see you guys at some point in the future. I really don't know when. Hello friends, I finally have an update for you. It is just past noon on Saturday the 21st, so it's been several days since I saw you, but I'm halfway through The Son of Neptune, finally. I have had a rough couple of days health-wise, so we've been chilling, taking it easy. This morning I woke up, and it's now that time of the month, which has started another rough health time because it's set off a flaring of my chronic pain. So we're doing great. Had to cancel some things that I had planned for today, which sucks, but it does mean I can stay home and read guilt-free because what else am I gonna do when I'm feeling like I got hit by a bus, you know? So I finally got to the halfway point, and it's probably a combination of the nostalgia of this book, this series, and also the fact that it's that time of the month, but I'm getting so emotional reading this. I swear, anytime any of the characters go through anything even remotely sad, I'm like starting to tear up, but it's fine. It's really funny to me. So I'm halfway through, I'm having a good time. I'm very excited for the rest of the book because I remember the big stuff that happens, but not the little details. I've only read this, I think, twice before. The Heroes of Olympus, I know for sure I've read when they each came out, and then a couple of years ago, I read through the whole series so that I could finally get to Trials of Apollo. You sense a theme here. Anytime there's a new series or something in this world, I reread the whole thing so that I can refresh myself. But yes, I remember a lot of the big stuff that happens, but not a ton of the details. So we will have a good time, I think, remembering all the stuff that's happening and being surprised by some stuff. So I'm going to get back to reading. I'm kind of hoping I can finish this today. There's like 250 something pages left, so a lot, but not a lot, you know? So that is my plan, my goal for the day. So I'm going to get back to it and I will update you guys when I get to the end, whether that's today or tomorrow or whenever. Hello friends, it is 4 p.m. on the dot, and I'm here with an update. I'm laying in bed because that's where I've been chilling, reading for the past several hours, but the update is that I finished The Son of Neptune. So good. I cried. Again, it's a mix of the nostalgia and the hormones going on, but I did cry quite a bit in the last little bit of this book. It's fine. We're not going to talk about that anymore. I just had a really good time. I love this so much. I'm so excited to read Mark of Athena, the next book in the series, next month, though I am a little bit wary because since the last time I read it a few years ago, I've actually done quite a bit of research into Roman mythology and like the differences between Greek and Roman stuff for my own writing project that I have been working on a little bit on the side. And there's just some stuff that Rick Riordan got very wrong that, like, thinking back on it, I'm like, that's not how things were. That's just blatant misinformation. So, I'm a little bit blah about that fact that I have to deal with that, but I'm still very excited to read it because I just love the series so much, and there are characters that were not in this book that I missed so much. Yeah, so that's this book, and now I get to talk to you about the last book, not only for this vlog, but the last book for this readathon in total, because this is the last vlog for this readathon. I've read all the other books I meant to read, except for this one, and the prompt is for Sparkology, a book with sparks on the cover, which is a bit of a weird one. I feel like sparks can be interpreted in a lot of different ways, but I have gone with A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. This is the first book in the All Souls trilogy. I think it's not a trilogy anymore, though. I'm pretty sure there's like 5 books in the series now, but originally it was a trilogy. And I don't know if you can see this. It's a very reflective cover, but like down here you can see a very good one, and like in the background there's like stars and dots and sparkles and stuff in kind of like the same way this sun and moon have like a glow around it. It's kind of in that same style, so I'm counting those as sparks on the cover. This is a very beautiful cover, actually. I enjoy this a lot. It says by the author of Shadow of Night, but is that not the second book in the series? I don't actually know what the second book in the series is called, but if you put like by the author of the second book in the series, like obviously because this is the first in the series, but maybe that's a different book entirely. One of the books is got Shadow in the title, I think. I don't know. That has nothing to do with this. I've never read this before. I thrifted this very beat up, hitting myself in the face, very beat up copy. I actually don't remember when. I've had it for a little while. It's a very floppy paperback, which I enjoy. And it is... Ooh, it's going right up until the end. 579 pages, so quite chunky, even though it doesn't look like it. These margins are thin and the font is quite small, so it'll probably take me several days to read it. It's Saturday now, and I want to have this done before I film my reading wrap-up, which is going up next Friday. So I obviously want to film that before Friday. We'll get it done. I'll get it done. I'm the one reading this. I will get this done in enough time, I guess. So, this has to do with witches and a vampire, and I think there's other, like, supernatural beings, and it has to do with alchemy. And that's really all I know. I know it's adult, and has, like, a lot of adult themes in it, but that's it. I don't know anything beyond that, so I'm going into this quite blind. I'm excited for it, so I'm going to take a break from reading because I've been reading literally all day, and I'm gonna go do something else. But tonight I will be picking this up, and I cannot wait. So I will see you in the future with some sort of update on this book. Hello friends, it is 8:30 p.m. on Monday the 23rd. First of all, yes, I did get new glasses. The distortion on the lenses is so much worse than my last pair because my prescription got a lot stronger. We're gonna pretend that it doesn't bother me, even though it really, really does. I think they're very cute. It's just that I'm so blind that the lenses are very thick and it just affects the way it looks through the lenses, because science. Anyway, I'm here to talk to you about A Discovery of Witches because I'm officially halfway through, and I should love this book. It has so much that I love. It's got supernatural creatures, an academic setting, alchemy is a big thing in this. It's got a blend of magic and science. All things that I adore, but something about the execution just isn't hitting for me. I think it's the characters. I like the characters, but I don't love them. And it's really upsetting to me because I'm very much a character-driven reader and writer. So as much as I love the world building and the plot, the fact that the characters aren't hitting is just so disappointing. But basically, this follows Diana Bishop, who is a witch, but she doesn't like to use her magic. She only uses it very sparingly, to her knowledge. Turns out she's been using magic unknowingly for a while. But she is somewhere in her 30s, I think. But she's a professor, and she's currently on sabbatical because she teaches at Yale, but she's currently in Oxford because she's using their library to write this paper that she's going to give at a conference in a couple of months. This takes place in September, October, so it's like the perfect time of year to read it. She accidentally discovers this manuscript that's been missing for, like, I think they said 150 years, and it freaks her out because the manuscript has, like, some sort of magic on it, and she wants to avoid magic, so she, like, puts it back in the stacks, and now no one can find it again. But all of these other supernatural creatures are around trying to get this manuscript because they all want it for various reasons, but they can't get to it. And she ends up with this vampire named Matthew, and they kind of have this romance going on, but it's like a forbidden romance because supernatural creatures of different types aren't allowed to be together. I apologize if you can hear the fans of my computer going. I have my phone propped up in my laptop, and the fans decided to just get really loud there. My bad. Anyway, there are 3 different types of supernatural creatures. There's witches, vampires, and daemons, I don't know, Daemons, and I'm not quite sure what they're supposed to be yet. We don't really have a ton of information on them, even though we've met them. We know that they can be born to any type of parentage, human or another demon, anything like that. They are extremely intelligent and prone to like extremes in terms of emotions. They really like partying, and also apparently they all like lying and like disguising themselves and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, but what makes them supernatural? Like, are they immortal? Do they live very long? Are they like what kind of creatures are these? I'm just so confused as to how that makes them different from just being a specific type of human. It's really weird. But I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, everybody wants this manuscript. It's an alchemical manuscript because that's what Diana studies or has her specialty in, is alchemical texts from the 1500s. And then Matthew, the vampire, is a scientist, and he has studied several different like fields. There's one part where they take Diana's blood to study because apparently there's like genetic markers in witches' blood that like will tell you what types of magic witches have a predisposition for being good at, which is really cool. What I think is ridiculous is the fact that so humans have 23 pairs of chromosomes. Vampires and witches have 24 pairs of chromosomes. And then demons have 23 pairs and then just one extra chromosome that is its own thing and not related to any of the pairs. Like, it's not an extra within a pair. It's just its own thing by itself. And like, I just don't understand that. Like, that sounds so weird and kind of dumb. Like, I was reading it out loud and laughing about it. My boyfriend's like, what are you doing? And I like explained that part of the book, and he also thought it was really ridiculous. So as much as I love the blend of magic and science, I think that little detail is just not it for me. I think that's really silly. But other things are really cool. But again, I'm enjoying it, but not absolutely head over heels in love. So I'm gonna keep reading. I'm determined to finish this tomorrow because I have so much to get done this week, and this is the last week of September, and I have to get these things done before the end of the month. So we are going to try and get everything done tomorrow. I have 288-ish pages left. Like I said, I'm halfway through, and it's gonna take me a while, but I'm going to read more tonight. My like short goal is to get to page 300 because that's only 12 pages away. But my secondary goal for the night is to get to page 350, and then my third goal that probably isn't gonna happen, but I'm gonna make it a goal anyways, to get to page 400 tonight. We'll see. I'm going to watch some YouTube and do my journaling stuff for the night, and then probably get in bed and just crack on with this and see how much progress I can make. But I will most likely see you tomorrow, because I'm not letting this linger, when I finish this book. So I'll see you then. Good afternoon, friends. It is 1:26 p.m. on the 24th, and I have finished reading A Discovery of Witches. I definitely enjoyed the second half more than the first half of this book, because it kind of just felt like more things were happening. I also started to enjoy the characters a lot more. We met some new characters. I really enjoyed them. The dynamic between Diana and Matthew felt a little more enjoyable for my tastes once they actually like got together. I'm still nervous about it because a couple of friends of mine have said that they DNF'd it because of the romance in future books, so that's a little bit weird. Not sure how to think about that, but yeah, we do get some cool stuff going on, some bigger things than just the romance between the characters. There is time travel introduced in the second half of this book, and at the end they travel back in time to the era of Christopher Marlowe specifically. So I'm hoping we get to meet him as character in the second book. I'm not sure if I will be reading the second book, but I might. And yes, this says from the author of Shadow of Night. Shadow of Night is the sequel to this one. So obviously, it's the same author. Who would read the second book before the first? Seemed a little bit weird to me that that's how they advertised it, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go out of my way to read the second one, but I did enjoy this enough that if it were to like cross my path at like a thrift store or a little free library or something, I'd probably pick it up just to check it out. But overall, I think this is a 7 out of 10. So I still did enjoy it, I just didn't love it. It wasn't my favorite thing. The execution just wasn't there for me. It also feels so overwritten. I feel like with a dedicated line edit, this could have been 50 to like 100 pages shorter. It's almost 600 pages and it did not need to be that long. But it still was overall more good than bad for me, so not disappointed by it. Oh, I'm disappointed. I'm not upset that I read it. That's a better phrase. So that was this book. But now that we've come to the end of the vlog, I will do a little wrap up. So we had this one, which I liked but didn't love. Then we had 2 rereads, The Son of Neptune and The Drowned Woods, both of which I really loved and had a great time with. So overall, this might be my best vlog out of my 4 vlogs in terms of enjoyment, because like one of them I had a DNF, one of them we had a book I wasn't really a huge fan of. But overall, I enjoyed so many. I did reread quite a few books this month, and they were all enjoyable, obviously, because why would I reread a book I didn't enjoy? I don't know why I'm still holding these. I'm gonna put them in my lap with the other book. What was I even saying? Yeah, overall, I think I enjoyed way more than I didn't enjoy out of the books that I read for the Magical Readathon, which is always a good thing. I love enjoying books, as I'm sure most people do. But that is all for now. We've come to the end of this vlog, so if you've enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel for more content, and that way I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone.